What's up, everybody? It's Joe La Puma. You were watching the Complex Sneakers Podcast. As always, I'm joined by my two co-hosts, my two friends. To my right, Mr. Matt Welty.
I feel like you were getting your bearings on that and trying to get the direction.
No, I knew the direction.
Like to the...
Nope, I knew that. I just did a delay because that is good on-camera performance that you will learn about one day. To my left,
I felt like you settled in back from Miami pretty good.
Mr. Upscale Vandal. How we doing? Back from Miami. A little paint job, couple shades tanner.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the beard.
The beard is no. What is that? Is it
Definitely filled in.
Well, you
All
said
right.
paint job, so I thought you were
No,
talking...
paint job is tanning. Oh, you thought I did a rewind?
Yeah.
No foreshadowing. I did not do.
Kyler give you a box to
I
go?
did not do a rewind. But no, I did get a little tanner. But we are back in studio, fresh off that Rich Paul. My guy was just dropping gems. I'm actually mad that I missed that in studio.
Yeah.
He went crazy.
You know?
Did he hook you up with the Friends and Family New Balances?
I haven't checked yet. Did he hook you up?
No.
Oh.
I mean, we got hooked up.
No,
Yeah,
we got hooked up.
the-
No, but not. I was saying the Friends and
Yeah,
Family
well,
pair. He said, Joe, you got to
Special,
come here.
yeah,
and
that's
get
a
those.
special one.
Maybe, yeah. A lot to get to today. What do we have on the docket?
Got Laams Air Force Ones.
Okay.
Jellyfish causing riots.
Big releases in New York City. Balvin has a new Jordan 4. There's a special Timberland I may break out, friends and family. And then the biggest thing, huge guest today, someone we've been chasing down for a while who has a sneaker discography that is up there in the pantheon.
Legend.
But some big news. End of last week, Jellyfish, Adidas, triple black shutting down Soho.
Fights.
I think it's a massive asterisk on that.
Let's hear. Go ahead. Why?
One, and I've said this, I don't believe that New York City releases are a barometer of the actual temperature around a shoe. I just think that anything that drops in New York City that has any sort of heat on it, resellers just come out in massive droves, and they're the ones causing that. I'm not saying that resellers in New York City aren't part of the scene or whatever, but it's not an accurate representation of like how many people... No, I'm not saying people don't want the Jellyfish,
Yes.
but anything, you could see like Ronnie will drop an Asics in New York City, and all the resellers who only wear Jordans and Foamposites and Forces are like out there like fighting over it, and it's like totally cool, but it's just not an accurate representation of like how many people are waiting in line to get that sneaker.
But it wasn't AI. It did happen,
wasn't
right?
AI.
Okay.
But also on top of that, I genuinely believe too, and this is just put on the
there we go.
tinfoil conspiracy hat.
Okay.
You did a first come, first serve release on this shoe. You're asking for this to happen, and when this happens, it builds up more hype around the shoe.
Okay.
Seems
so,
a little more
I
manufactured
disagree.
than realistic.
Okay, so first come, first serve. I did see people be like, it's destined to.
Stupid.
Okay, and you think at this point, like, you just
Stupid.
can't do it.
Stupid.
Why?
Because you know what's going to happen.
But that's a part of this, I feel. So, like, the reason I disagree is because you said... I mean, to your credit, you did say that you're not going to discredit resellers from being like the barometer, but essentially they are, because if the main markets, New York, LA, Miami, Chicago, wherever it be, that gets the most allocation, the reseller dictates who they're going to sell that shoe to.
Yeah, but you
the
could also...
aftermarket kids that are going to buy are obviously driving the fanfare so much. Bro, these joints, 1,600 day of... People were calling me saying, yo, I know you have somebody at the BBC store. I got 1,600 for you right now.
Listen, we don't want to always go to resale value, but I will tell you this. Saturday night, I get a text. I have some personal stories we're going to get to this episode. Saturday night, I get a text like from someone who needed kind of sneaker recommendations for a good gift.
Yeah.
Okay? Someone who I value heavily. That's it. And they were like... this person also is recently into Adidas. Do you have a recommendation? So I'm like, let me look at Jellyfish.
Yeah.
The prices.
Yeah.
StockX, the green one in this guy's size, $930. The silver one, also done. You can't put $397 on the homepage and then you click and it's actually $1,100. I get it.
Yeah.
But come on. The silver one, $750.
Yeah. And these are small sizes you're talking, right? Look at the
Black
bigger sizes.
in my size.
The sizes are like, for the black pair, it's like 11.
$12.85 in size 11. And to be honest, I was at the Footwear News event where he got Sneaker of the Year. So I was surprised. I'm not going to lie. With the whole kind of like, oh, the resale market is collapsing, I immediately, when the guy was like, hey, also this person is into Adidas, I was like, oh, Jellyfish, he'll love it. Checked, and I'm like, damn, those resale prices, a lot. They're like, it's not a few hundred over retail. That's wild.
You said it, like the resale and the hype is being driven by the secondary market, and that's people that can't line up in whatever city you're saying that might have a drop to get them. I personally feel like this is just a testament to what we spoke about when we put this on the list. It's like, name another shoe that's driving this type of attention, this type of hype, this type of fights, fanfare, whether it's from the resellers, whether it's from the secondary market, whoever it's from, it's happening. The fight thing.
Wait, was there a fight?
Yes, that's why the cops came and shut the drop down, because that's what happens, right? The resellers, we know that a majority of that is like that resell who was in line first first come, first serve. But guess what? If you're willing to catch a case that day and get that level, because a lot of these things don't get that crazy. They get rowdy. They get, whatever. There's cops there. It's New York. But popping on someone for the shoe, that takes it outside of the context of just regular hype. Now you're willing to really go there for the money, for the whether you was there and you really wanted to buy it. Listen, my backstory, the fight was between a reseller and somebody who was there because they waited and they found out and they were just like a fan. So they're like, I'm not letting a reseller beat me to the list. They got into it. That's what I heard. But this is what I'm saying. Twitter saying that's restoring the feeling. Fighting over Adidas, that's crazy.
I just feel like there's been a lot of releases in New York City, even this year, that anything like mildly hype, because, and I'm not saying that the Jellyfish doesn't have the hype, but there's like, the resale market is so down bad that anything that has any sort of mild hype, it's like if you throw a piece of cheese over there and you see 1,000 roaches run towards it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, the PlayStation Reeboks that dropped at Concepts, there was like almost a riot over those, not like okay shoes, but not shoes worth rioting over. Yeah. I think it's one of the better shoes of the year, but people forget there was a riot over the Levi's 95s because they dropped at the Levi's stores.
Right.
So it's not just like this one-off case scenario where it's, hey, people are rioting over this. It just feels like in New York right now, anything mildly popular
is going to get a line.
Yeah.
It's going to get some.
To that point, another one, the Laams Air Force One.
Yeah.
Was that another first come, first serve or no?
I'm not sure on that one.
Oh.
I don't know what the drop was, but that by far to me was the most nostalgic.
Yeah, great shoe.
Drop
Great
feeling.
shoe.
What do you guys like about it?
Literally every single part of that, from when they teased it, and it wasn't like they didn't do
Complex Con
exactly.
too?
They didn't overdo nothing at Complex Con though. It was just like, hey,
it was just there.
This guy wearing it or just there, and
got a glimpse of it on some grainy camera.
I'm gonna be honest. When the drop happened, like I had one of those arm hair raised moments.
Oh, okay.
Because
talk about restoring the feeling.
I just felt Clark.
Okay.
Like Clark would have went crazy for this.
Yeah.
Like, this is the type of drop that the OG Air Force One heads, the OG sneaker guys, the Abduls, the Clarks, the Mayors. This shoe right there just felt like their era of, lineup camps or whatever. And it just really, that was a more restorative feeling to me.
I was talking to Audie last night. We had the Awake dinner, and he was talking about it. And Clark was coming up a lot, but he was talking about these specific. He really likes those shoes.
They're the ones.
Yeah,
they're the ones.
Good shoe, great color. I feel like the
none
quality,
of us have them.
No, I hope. I think mine's on its way. We'll see.
Yeah, I was trying to get a pair, and this makes me sound like an old head. I couldn't really quite figure out. They had hit me up about it, and I couldn't figure out how to use like the EQL. System.
Oh, wow. Get the dog meme on the computer. I have no idea what I'm doing, and let's put it in. Please, let's clear.
I couldn't figure out. I thought I entered it, and I was getting another thing being like, you need to fill out the form. Like, I thought I just filled out the form.
Nah, that's funny.
Forget it.
Oh, man.
Damn. All right. Well, listen.
I'm not going to lie. Those right there is something I'm willing to pay the resale, whatever they are.
Okay.
Yeah, no, great quality shoe. It's nice to see that.
Color. Like, the fact that it just also has a very retro Air Force One feel without having to go and retro a color that
color
existed.
Of the month sort of vibe.
Exactly. Yep. Exactly.
Some Jordan news. New debut from my boy DJ Khaled. J Balvin. Jordan 4. Crazy colors.
Super trash.
Oh.
Aren't you the guy that helped design the?
Oh no, he has a Jordan because of me.
Jordan 1 was crazy colors. I always applauded.
Also trash.
You can't say that though.
What?
The first one,
I said it publicly.
You like that one though. I thought
No. I love the monument of the shoe, but if you go ask Frank Cook, Ask anybody. I was always against the design of the shoe. I loved the design idea, which was the whole shockwave with the extended. I loved all that.
Okay.
But I've fought against Rainbow since day one.
The craziest thing to me was always, and I always mention, is when Scottie Pippen showed up to full size
Yes,
run with
and-
size 16, J Balvin 1 ton, and it's just like
The thing that
it's
I
literally
always,
the size of a rainbow.
yeah, the thing I always talk to Balvin about is like he just mixes colors like nothing.
Yeah, no idea.
I think the threes. So the ones,
threes,
to,
do
the
you like
ones
the
to
threes?
me,
No.
the ones to me,
The white
like,
ones.
clearly
Do you like
not
the black threes?
No.
Do you like the white threes?
Yes.
Okay.
ones clearly like not like a shoe that I would ever wear.
Yeah.
The two's really hard to make a great shoe.
Dave Matthews' signature
Yeah,
model.
those weren't great.
He always wears
The
twos.
threes to me were both pretty good.
The black. You like the black one?
I
Black
like
one I like.
I think I
Yeah.
like the white one more, to be honest.
one's
Just
good,
I
too.
liked what he did with the heel tab.
Yeah.
That's cool. These fours like aren't great.
What do you, if someone who was close to the first release, what do you think the mindset is kind of with the mixing and the matching of the colors? I'm sure we'll get the story, but like what, from your
mean,
vantage point?
I mean, according
From your
to
Vandal point.
Yeah, according to him, it's always just about expressiveness
Okay.
and being boundless and all this. To me, it's a bunch of hoopla. Like I know this guy. I made this guy from scratch. Like, why are you gasping? Like, this is the truth. Who introduced you to J Balvin? Who introduced the world of our world to J Balvin?
Well, there's something obviously going on that's not sneakers, right?
What do you mean?
For this energy, I guess.
Oh no. I mean, yes, me and
Okay.
Balvin don't work together,
Okay.
and we don't jam together. I don't
Okay.
jam with bro, but at the end of the day, what we made in you can't erase what I did in my career with him, and it's always monumental. Me and him changed the paradigm for Latinos in streetwear fashion and sneaker culture, and we can't erase that.
So do you
but at
think-
the end of the day, during that whole time, I'm fighting with him because, I mean, he's publicly said it. I taught him about all of this. Takashi, Futura, Cause. I designed all his first jewelry. So I'm the one that ushered him in. And when we first started talking Jordan collabs, I said, bro, you have to tell a story. Like, my first pitch was like burlap. I wanted to use burlap. Like the coffee bags. We're Colombian.
Yeah.
I'm Colombian. Exports, emeralds. Our country's known for emeralds, coffee, so many different types of natural resources. You know, he's from Medellin, the Eterna Primavera. We could have used spring. So many things we could have put. None
like
of it,
that one.
None of it represents him or our country, really. So I just felt like it was a miss to tell a good story, and it has no rhyme or reason. Like, you look at those fours. What do those fours say about him or about us?
What were you going to say?
was-
I do like the one.
No, I was gonna ask you then because you said if he was the one that like put on and like broke the mold or whatever. Although, you did have people like, obviously not Colombia, but you had people like P-Rod.
Right. Latinos, Latinos in general. Yeah.
Super, important towards Nike and
For sure.
Latin culture. But do you think that without Balvin doing all of the Jordan stuff, that Bad Bunny wouldn't be doing all the Adidas stuff right now? 'Cause if you said if he broke through and changed the
the reason
paradigm.
we broke through is because I sat with everybody when I was trying to pitch Balvin. I sat with Complex. I sat with all of the media channels. I sat with all the brands. Remember, I could have got him. I was agency of record at Puma. I could have got him a shoe immediately. Like, I got him an offer. I pitched him to people. Nobody understood the Latin wave was coming. We walked Bad Bunny around Complex Con. Do you remember this?
No. I
So
don't
we
remember
walked
those.
second Complex Con. J Balvin had a booth.
Oh, I vaguely,
Yeah,
yes.
So we brought
Yes,
Bad
I
Bunny.
remember that.
We were walking Bad Bunny as our homeboy around the booths like, yo, this guy's the next biggest thing in the world. People was like, all right, who is he?
Well,
Mixed reggaeton. Oh, I don't, what's that?
Even with
2017,
the 100th
2016.
episode, I will give you credit. You were like, this is who
Although,
you need to get.
Although
And
to
people-
be fair though, and not to his like discredit, but how many times has someone told you that like this guy's the truth? You need to listen to him, and then you never hear the person again.
No, I mean,
And I'm not discrediting it, but like that happens.
I don't
so,
say that though. I was going around.
But a
like
lot of people say that in general.
No, but there's a difference of general people saying that and somebody like, I don't just stamp whoever. Like, when I brought Rosalia, same thing. We told people Rosalia. It's funny because Salehi told me, he gave me my credit for Rosalia on the episode on the episode we did with him because same thing. She's at New Balance. I brought her to Puma, got her $1 million offer. She ended up taking a Nike deal for that Espadrille Air Force One, never came out. same thing. She was there in 2017. Why didn't her shoe come out? At Nike. They didn't understand. They didn't know how to. So would Bad Bunny have been doing Adidas? Yes.
Yeah.
He's the biggest star on the planet, but it would have taken a lot longer for the culture to pick up on global music and accept it. You know, he's obviously the pioneer, but Balvin broke that barrier.
Okay. Some other Jordan news, maybe on a lighter note, maybe like around a year from now. Rumored Space Jam 11 returning.
I mean, I'm here for it. I'm always here for it.
We're going to see you in maybe you put on the whole MJ fit from
I'm
Space
always
Jam?
here for it. I'm always here for it.
Okay.
I mean, we talked about it on the last episode or 2 episodes ago. Love Space Jam, everything that it's done for sneakers. I think it's a lot more important than a lot of shoes that people say are the most important shoes. Yeah, and you guys have seen me. I haven't worn them yet, but I've come full circle on the Air Jordan 11s, thinking about breaking the Mojaves.
The Mojaves.
But I would wear the Space Jams.
We going to see you in maybe like a black and blue vintage George Strait T-shirt for the Space Jam hookup next.
It could happen.
Okay,
it could happen.
Maybe like you go to Metropolis in New York City, you get the perfect George Strait or Willie Nelson, maybe a Reba McEntire vintage T-shirt.
It could happen.
And you do a heavy match.
It could happen.
Okay, I'm excited about that. I'm excited about the Space Jams. I also think we're in an era now to see like, oh, what do these do? Because everything is a little unpredictable. I feel like that's a fastball down the middle.
Will we see you wear them, Joe?
I may own them. I don't know if I would wear them, but I may get them just to have. One thing I want to say, a real quick thing, circling back to the squeaking Black Cat 4, which Black Cat 4 is sold out everywhere, okay?
Yep.
Love it.
Have you worn, you've worn
Yes.
yours, right?
Yep. I've
Squeak,
worn
you
mine.
said too, right?
My friend came over, Andrew Cavanero,
Of
who
the green bean 5s.
thought the green bean 5s were spray painted on. Really ridiculous take. He came over. He has the 2020, and he had the original ones. But I guess, humbly, I put him on to Black Cats. When I tell you, and I'm only saying this because it's funny how like a niche sort of topic really goes mainstream. Mm-hmm. This guy who's like, can I see the Black Cats? I'm like, take the Black Cats. When I tell you, an hour going like this.
Trying to squeak them?
Well, they squeak. No. And I was like, hey, they don't squeak as much as they do with the microphones on. I was like, that, he was like, oh, I hear it a little bit. Then he puts them down. It's a Saturday night. We're watching UFC. Picks them back up. This is a grown man. And I'm like, yo, this is so funny how a niche topic that blows up, you're seeing it in real time. We talk about the aunt from Florida being like, what's up with this thing? Like, he was examining them for an hour. And I was like, this squeak thing is a real crazy topic that broke through. Then Sunday morning, I get a FaceTime from him. He's holding a black. I go, what? He was like, the 2020s kind of squeak too. And I'm like, you have to drop the squeaking thing. You have to drop it. But it's also like, it's interesting to see those moments where like niche sneaker culture goes mainstream.
Yeah.
That was it. Another little story. Let's just show these real quick. These are crack.
This right here?
These are crack.
Wait, I thought this was a sneakers podcast.
It's a footwear
This
podcast.
is sneakers.
Come on.
That's not a
This is-
sneaker.
Look at that.
This is sneakers, man.
Look at these. Okay, here's another hot take. Field boots over 6-inch Timbs.
No way.
Oh, I go field boots.
You a wild man.
Is that crazy? Am I
Well,
gonna
no,
get
here's the
6
thing. Here's the
inches?
thing, though.
I
is
love
that
field boots. Beef and broccolis.
field boots are way more
Wearable?
Okay.
On just like a regular, how they sit with your jeans and all that sort of
Yeah,
stuff,
but
or just
the Wranglers.
Doesn't make it better than the 6.
No, I'm not saying
Is
it
that
makes
a
it
crazy
better.
take? I really think.
But I could see why. I could just see why someone, maybe at like a certain point in their life, would prefer having a field boot as something you could just put on and without feeling like you're wearing.
Yeah, I
Timbs.
agree. Yeah. I mean, listen, I'll pay whatever.
It's crazy.
50 pairs, they say?
Yeah.
Friends and family, I'll pay whatever.
It's crazy. Shouts to Hugo, Awake New York. Shouts to Angelo.
Hey, anybody, resellers, friends and family, I don't know, size 12, I'll pay whatever. These right here,
These are
mandatory.
Different. Mike DiStefano of Complex said that these are better than the pink 5s.
Yep.
You agree?
Yes.
Disagree.
Do you love these though?
They're pretty good.
You better wash your hands before you unbox these. Maybe
You already smudged the box.
the box is different. You better put some white Ken Golden auction gloves on before you unbox these. Remember we had
How much
him
are the
here?
Awake 5s going for right now?
Let me check.
aftermarket?
Let me check my database. Hold
Because
on.
I'll pay
What do you call Brendan
2
Dunn?
times whatever those
Yeah,
are.
we need
for
the stock
these.
X report. Awake.
Like if they told me right now, yo, you could get the field boot or the 5, I'm definitely going field boot. The
What
Vibram,
size are you again?
12.
714.
I'll definitely do pay $1,500 for these.
What are we wearing with these?
I'm everything. Like, yo, look at these joints.
These are beauty.
Like
These are
the
beautiful.
material play, the stitching looks so much cleaner than just the regular. I don't know what they.
Well, thankful to have them.
Crazy.
These are fire. Let me put these down. Okay.
We have a guest today?
We have a legend, NBA legend, 7-time NBA All-Star, 2-time NBA scoring champion, NBA Hall of Famer. A lot of young players, GOATs. You ask them, like, who's your... They say this guy. And great sneaker legacy. Mm-hmm. We're going to get into all that today. Please welcome absolute legend, Tracy McGrady, to the Complex Sneakers podcast.
Yeah,
How you doing, man?
I'm good. Thanks
Great
for having me.
Great to be here with you. Before we get into it, we want to start with what's on feet.
I got the Fear Guys on, man.
Yeah.
You know, I love yachts.
Okay.
Right? And
And this is size
Hold on
16,
now.
so that's,
Okay.
you got some yachts
Okay.
on feet right now.
Yes.
it looks like a yacht on my feet.
Yeah.
Man. That's how clean it is. And, I love this sneaker.
Just feels like you're in the middle of the Mediterranean
Yeah,
somewhere,
just
right?
coasting.
Okay.
You know what I mean? When I'm in the streets.
Love that.
I went with the EQT King Push Cushion 2s in homage to our guest EQT Don.
So I've never seen these. What are these?
Yeah, these are the King Push EQT Cushion 2s. This was a limited release
Damn.
for Complex Con. But
Adidas.
Adidas EQT, yep.
I need these.
You guys wear the same
Adidas.
size or no?
I need
Nah, I'm
these.
definitely gonna
Okay.
make sure you get the 16.
Who wear the same size?
Oh,
Nah, I'm a
say-
12.
oh,
You a
okay,
16,
just
but I'm gonna
making
make sure
sure.
you
They
get
made
these.
I don't think they made those in 16.
I'm gonna
sure
make
they
sure
did.
that I'm gonna
They're
make
gonna
sure
go
you
back
get
to
these.
All
the
in
the
16.
heat stops
Yeah.
at like 13, 14.
Okay.
Yeah,
I need-
13 usually.
I need those.
I'm gonna make sure you started the EQT wave, so
those.
we
Tell
gotta get-
push.
Yeah,
Tell
we gotta
push.
get them. We
gotta
gotta get 'em.
make it happen. I'm wearing the New Balance 991 Up Theirs, influenced by my guy to the right. Thank you for securing these.
Yeah.
I love what Up There does with New Balance. So they're good
Rich
for a
Paul,
couple
now
of years.
Joe La Puma.
You know?
I got the
Wow. Wow.
The accessory.
got
Wow.
the ruckus duck hunts out here, feeling like Ilya Taporia.
That was packaged with your shoes?
Yeah. They sent it's like the duck
duck
call.
horn.
with
Is it worse that it was packaged with the shoes, or would it have been worse if he just brought that to a company and did that whole little thing just there? What do you think would be worse?
It's on brand, Duck Dynasty.
Exactly.
They're duck hunt.
Yeah.
Feeling
Especially
like Riley
Duck
Green out
Dynasty.
here.
You buy it separately.
Yes.
Make more money.
Yes.
Huh?
I want to take it all the way back with your sneaker history because I was watching early interviews and, like, obviously basketball was such the main focus, but a lot of your early interviews, you were also like, I want to make it to the NBA, but I also want a signature shoe deal. Like, that was an early memory for you. What do you remember back then of being a kid and seeing sneakers on court and then, like, being at a time in your place when it was, like, ready right out of high school to get one?
Yeah, you got to understand, a kid that came out of high school, so, from my years of falling in love with basketball, that's, it was like the height of the golden years of the NBA.
Yeah.
MJ had a signature shoe.
Yeah.
Scottie Pippen had a signature shoe. Barkley.
Yep.
And my favorite was Penny Hardaway. And
Great
Penny,
line.
Penny had one of the best
Yes.
lines of shoes. So this is young kid, falling in love with the game of basketball. Penny Hardaway's in Orlando. It's my favorite basketball player, and I'm seeing his footwork. MJ has a line, and I'm like, yo, one day I want to have my own signature shoe.
Mm-hmm.
And so, making it to the NBA, that was part of, the goal.
Yeah.
Was to one day have my signature shoe because I seen, the guys that I idolized as a kid, having their shoes. And I can remember, and I'm an Adidas guy, by
Yeah.
the way.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you're talking about
Right.
Nike guys.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can remember taking a visit before, making my decision to be with Adidas long term. And I go to the Nike campus, and the first pair of shoes, they give me the foam posits.
Okay.
Right? The blue joints.
Also,
Oh.
Penny. So it's Penny's.
So they may have-
sneakers.
right.
Right.
Yeah.
I was one of the first ones to have those
Okay.
joints. And when I was rocking them, like, everybody was going crazy. Like, what are those? I
Yeah.
went home and was rocking. Everybody was going crazy. Like, yo, what are these?
Yeah.
Right? So just fire shoe. And ended up signing with Nike. With Adidas,
Yeah.
and had to give away all my Nike shit to all my friends.
But hold
Oh,
on.
you just gave them to your friends?
I had to.
Did you just call people up and you're like, hey, come here all
No,
at
just
once?
guys that I grew up with.
Also on that visit, didn't you clean out the factory store?
Clean it out.
So
Like,
describe that. I
went
also read that. Like
crazy.
you got the blue foam posits, but did they say like, hey, come shop?
No, listen. So I go there, and they tell me, yo, you could grab anything in here. Mind you, I'm a kid fresh out of the hood.
Yes.
So
Right.
this is my first time ever being in this type of environment and seeing shit like this. I'm like, I could grab anything.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
So I'm seeing like the J's, the pennies, the ups, everything.
They had
yo.
everything in size 16 there?
Bro, yes.
Yeah. They were waiting for him.
yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Man, I went crazy shopping, bro. Like, it was like Christmas, kid in the candy store that day. Like
Amazing.
that was one of the greatest days.
And it was Portland
It was important.
headquarters. Wow.
Yeah.
And then another thing I want to bring up because we had him on the podcast, and I love him, but Sonny Vaccaro.
My guy.
Sonny
Yep.
Vaccaro always is like, listen, Kobe, MJ, but my guy
Yeah.
was T-Mac.
Yeah.
And he was so instrumental. He was like, I have the guy. Talk about him and how he was brokering deals, and he was very smart because he was like playing like Nike lost Kobe to Adidas.
Mm-hmm.
They're not losing this guy. But what do you remember about the Sonny Vaccaro days?
So I remember first I didn't know who he was.
Okay.
Right? Because I'm in my own little world in Central Florida, a town of 10,000 people, and I just keep hearing about this guy, Sonny Vaccaro, running into ABCD camp.
Yep.
Right.
And, he discovered Michael Jordan
Yes.
and Kobe Bryant. So I'm like, okay. So when I meet him and I get, having conversations and being around him, I'm thinking he's a mob boss.
Yep. Could see that.
No bullshit.
Yeah, he
'Cause
calls me Giuseppe. I'm Joe. He's like, Giuseppe. Yes, exactly.
Because I'm seeing, like, everybody around him, like, really just show that level of respect
Yeah.
to where you like, damn, who is this guy?
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm thinking he's a mob boss. Like, you running this camp, but, like, this is probably a passion of yours, but you something else away
Yes.
from this place. But anyways, like, I just saw how he moved, man, and the respect that everybody just garnered towards him, and having these conversations about where to go in terms of, like, is it Nike, is it Adidas? That to me was like new conversation, is just new world that was opening up to me, because I this is all relatively new. Mind
Yep.
you, I'm only 17, 18
coming out
years
of high school.
old,
Yeah.
coming out
Crazy.
of high school.
Yeah.
So this is all new to me. I don't understand what I'm getting into.
Yeah.
So I just remember one day I'm in my coach's office, and Sonny's on the phone. And I had taken a visit to Kentucky. I had taken a visit to, like, Florida State.
Okay.
And they got a bag waiting for me at either stop. I can talk about that now.
Okay.
NIL.
Yeah. NIL adjacent, right?
So
Yep.
this is like 1997. They got a bag for me, but
Yeah.
I'm like, man, I want to go to college. Sonny's like, nah, Adidas going to give you $12 million out
Crazy.
of high school.
High school.
So it's like, this is where you need to go. I got this lined up for you. And then, after these 3 years, if you do what you're supposed to do, we're going to have another bigger deal for you. It's like, just look at Kobe. Just look how I got
Yes.
Kobe lined up. So we had those conversations. It's like, well, I guess I see what he's
Yeah.
done for Kobe. I see what he's tried to do for MJ, but Kobe now is fresh. I got to go with him.
And he said that you got basically double Kobe.
Yes.
Crazy.
Yes. Yes.
Double Kobe's deal.
Yeah.
Wow. Shout out to Sonny.
Shout out to Sonny, man.
And your high school coach, who you also, like, didn't they get money off the deal?
I broke my high school coach off because, obviously he gave me the opportunity to be in the position that I was in, to be on that platform of Adidas, and then go to his school where he coached me to, we was like number one and number two in high school team in the nation at that time. So that recognition only helped, my exposure. So it was only right that I helped those guys out. So
Awesome.
You signed to Adidas. We have it here.
there we go.
Come on.
T-Mac
The
one.
ones, man.
I know you said
Well-
that you like the superstar, but you can't play basketball in the
No, you
superstar,
can't-
so you
right.
wanted, like, the superstar nod on
Yeah,
the.
so in my earlier days, obviously, I wore a lot of superstars because I got big feet, and we talked about this earlier.
Yeah.
So it was one of the shoes that I was just accustomed to wearing, and I wanted to put that in a basketball form. And that's what we created. You
And
know?
I feel like too, it's like it's not really a low cut shoe, but this is like the
Mid.
early genesis
Yes.
of like a low cut shoe
Yeah.
where the whole game's at. Now, was there like a reason why you wanted to go a little bit lower?
Yeah, because I didn't like high tops, obviously, and it was just about style with me and fit. You know, I wanted to look cool on the court. I didn't want to look like, you know, I had some high tops on. It had to be like some swag with my look.
Right.
Were you thinking too about the time like someone wearing it off court and how the jeans would lay on the
Yes.
shoe?
Yeah.
Well, not necessarily how it lay. That's a different level of
Yeah.
thinking at that age,
Yeah.
but
Yep.
definitely wanted to be a lifestyle off the court shoe.
So like you really, really kind of went against the grain at a time, right, where the rest of the NBA might have been gravitating towards other brands. You are now carrying the guard that Kobe left there in basketball and basically setting a presence for
Yeah.
Adidas basketball in this next gen. Speaking of like stepping into this model or this silhouette, prior to it, you were wearing the EQT Dominions. Did you have any kind of input on the design of that shoe, or did you pull it? Did they bring you that shoe? Did you sit in? Like, how did that come about?
So, in your younger years, you know, what they did for me, they just brought me like a set of shoes, right? You know, for me to choose from. And those were the shoes that I felt comfortable and felt like, you know.
Right, they had some swag.
Yeah, they had a little bit of swag, and I can be me on the basketball court. But yeah, I think Kobe left in 2000, and then he signed with Nike in 2003.
Yeah.
My deal was, I think I renegotiated my deal when he left.
Right.
So Kobe,
There was a little bit of money left on
Yeah,
the Adidas
there was-
basketball
there was-
account
listen,
there.
that's why my brother.
Yes, yes.
We forever connected. So Kobe left because Kobe was about to sign this huge deal. At the time, I think it was about to be like $250 million.
Wow.
With Adidas, but obviously he hated the company, and you know they had.
He thought
their
that
thing.
that shoe was kind of cheeks, right?
Yeah, whatever it was,
Yeah.
he left the company.
Right.
So that left some room for your boy.
Yeah.
That's how. So
250
that's,
mil. Let's see.
Did you
Yeah.
bring it
know?
to the negotiating table? Like Kobe left, there's more money you can give me, or
Well, I waited it out.
Yeah.
Right, to see what he was going to do, because
Smart, yeah.
whatever he was going to sign, it was going to be, you know, whatever's left for me.
Got
So
you.
I got my big deal after Kobe left.
Right.
Were you working at Dick's when those released?
not this one.
Okay, so I was working at Finish Line.
Yeah.
They were selling like crazy.
These right here?
Yes.
Yeah.
The ones I always remember what shoes were selling. I was working retail. I always remember what shoes were selling so crazy because they were called mismatches.
Yep,
and it's
yep.
like when they're selling so much,
Two different sizes
a
get mixed
size
up on the
11
shelf.
gets
Really?
mixed up with a size 13, and someone asks for a size 11,
Yeah.
and they're like, yo, you brought me an 11 and a 13. It's because they were selling so
Yeah.
much that like you couldn't
Get
keep them
confused on the
organized.
sales floor, yeah.
Those were selling like crazy.
Wow.
And I also remember on Sneaker Shopping, another show I have, Lil Dicky was like,
Yes.
So
I saw that
so
episode.
so I did research and I was like, oh, he loves T-Mac. So we flew in at T-Mac and he was like, yo, this is I gifted him them, but it just resonated with people during that generation
Yeah.
so much. And yeah, go ahead.
One of, you made this shoe famous, obviously, but another person who wore this shoe famously,
LeBron.
Yeah. In high school,
Yeah.
St. Vincent
The
St. Mary's.
ESPN debut,
Yeah.
Is that
2002.
So that's the 3, or is that the 2 or the 3?
I thought this was.
It's not that one.
Oh,
I
it's
thought
not.
Didn't he
No.
wear the white?
He wore
the white and
that
green.
But he wore that one more, but he
Yeah.
did. He
Oh, white and green special
Yeah,
makeup.
yeah.
Didn't they re-release that too?
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah, but what
Yes.
was it like? Yeah, go ahead. But you were obviously a competitive player, but this guy in high school is wearing them. Was that a
Yeah.
cool moment for you?
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah.
Because we never seen the buzz on a high school kid like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
ever.
for
Like,
sure.
Yeah, Brian buzz in high school was crazy. Like even Sonny called me one day. Hey, I got this high school kid that I'm working on. Can you reach out to him for me? So I ended up having a conversation with Brian when he was in high school. But yeah, to see him at that time, and this is like the height of my career in Orlando, and to see the young boy at that time wearing my shoes, it was, it's just like went full circles, because that was me at like 17, 18 years old,
Yeah.
wearing, my idol shoes, and to have somebody like that who's considered one of the greatest of all time when we look back on it, it's just,
Did you think at that moment that he was going to end up being a
Hell
signature shoe
no.
guy in the NBA?
no.
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 So
It's high school. Like,
Yeah.
high school. Like, even
Yeah.
myself. I mean, that was the goal, but you never know.
Did you think he was going to be not as good as he is? Because I don't know if anyone, maybe Sonny could have, but like, did you know that this guy is coming and he's all world?
I knew he was going to be good.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't
Nobody
think,
knew
like,
that, right?
Consider GOAT conversation good.
Right.
No. I
So
didn't see that.
you mentioned something regarding the shoe that you spoke about, saying off court. You are my top 5 favorite players of all time. My favorite player of all time is Penny Hardaway. You stepped into some big shoes in Orlando
sure.
and took it to the next level. Jerseys.
Yeah.
Were you aware of the aura that basketball jerseys were having, and you being an Orlando Magic, taking
blue.
that blue, but you took it to a next level because you guys debuted. You guys had the iridescent stars.
Yes.
Like Penny had his era where obviously made it iconic, and then you how was that moment? Just like knowing that your jersey was like transcended.
Yeah.
Everybody had a T-Mac jersey.
It's a good point because it hit during the Jersey boom. That
jersey boom. Like,
exactly.
You probably had one of the best-selling jerseys.
I'm sure you
at that
had the
time.
size 52 all the
By
way past
far
the
with
knees.
plus,
Yes,
the
I'm
pro
sure you
cut.
did.
Definitely
Yes.
had the pro cut. You know what I mean?
Yeah, pro cut.
I, being a native of Central Florida, and at the time seeing those blue stripe pinstripes that Penny them was wearing, like that to me was like the coldest jersey
Ever.
and he just has so much swag, right? That was me wanting to, I guess pay homage to my idol,
Right.
Because number one, I
Yep.
wore number one.
Yep.
I had the armband.
Yes.
Like everything that I did. If you watch a little bit of my game, like I'm doing some of the similar things that Penny was doing. So it was really just paying homage to my favorite player, man. Because at the time, MJ brought that swag,
Yeah.
and then Penny brought like a quiet, swagger to
Yep.
it.
Yes.
And for me, I just put a little, my own personality into that uniform, into that organization, and it carried.
Definitely.
It's funny too because I remember what was it? Not this year, last year at Complex Con, kids were wearing the backwards
Yeah.
Tracy McGrady jerseys because of Playboy Cardi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen?
No.
You haven't seen that? No.
Yeah, caught a big resurgence.
Really?
Like I said, the iconography of
Yeah.
that jersey and
Yeah.
those color palettes really played a role off court. So you were aware of, like, now tunnel fits and, league at your time, you guys had a lot of league restrictions on what you wore to the game
Yeah.
and how your
Yeah.
impact. So like you were aware of all that.
I got fined for some of that stuff too, like like for shoes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like certain shoes I couldn't wear. I remember
Colors on it or
because I had a patent blue. I had
Okay.
a
Wow.
all patent blue. No, tell me you about to pull
Now,
that.
do you have it? No.
No,
Oh,
tell me
yeah, he
about
did.
it.
Might
He
have.
was motioning.
Come on, we
I thought he was
Complex
gonna
Sneakers
bring
podcast.
Oh,
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. So I was getting fined for wearing this.
obviously.
Yeah,
Those
yeah,
match.
the
This is a
mismatch.
moment.
So I was getting fined for wearing those patent blue shoes, but I didn't care because it was like, I look this.
Yeah.
This is why my fans love me because of
Yes.
the swag that I display on this court.
Definitely.
And then that moment right there happened.
All-Star game.
All
Come
Star
on.
Weekend.
There was a dunk. I just remember, like, you go on Getty Images, there's a dunk of you in
Oh,
these,
yeah,
and it's just
crazy.
like the whole thing.
So I'm in the locker room and I have a pair of the red and I have a pair of the blue joints. So I'm trying to decide, man, maybe I wear the first pair, the blue pair in the first half, switch it up to the red in the second half. And I was like, nah, let's be innovative. Let's do something different. Let's mismatch. So
Crazy.
I went with the mismatch. And also, like, I was all about just being innovative and creative.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, even from throwing it off the glass.
Yep.
Like, I wanted to do something that nobody has ever done. I think about these things. And that was one of them. Like, that was just an in-moment thought, like, nah, we're just going to mismatch. And it became a moment.
Did you get any pushback from the
No,
brand or anything?
no. And
How,
they loved
how
it.
does it feel to have made a moment that now is in sneaker lexicon?
Yes,
like,
right.
You know
Yes.
what
I
I'm
was
saying?
about
Like,
to say that,
now
right.
Jaylen Brown,
Yes.
like he
Yeah.
resurged him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You send him a message on Twitter. What was it? I think it's Humble and Hungry. You
Yeah,
said,
Yeah.
stay humble, stay hungry.
Yeah.
Well, it's crazy too because obviously you did it in game, but then Packer Shoes ends up actually re-releasing this
Yes.
as like a collaboration. What was it like did they hit you up and they're like, hey, we want to,
Hell no, they ain't hit me up. No.
Come
I
on,
was left
Mike.
out of that conversation.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So wait, you were unaware that
I was unaware.
that they were making this?
I was unaware.
Did they send you a pair or?
I was unaware.
Damn.
But how does it feel to just see that become a part?
Nah,
like
I
now,
think-
mixed matching is like a little part of the lexicon. You got players redoing it.
I think it's dope, man. You know, it's a dope thing to see that you were part of a movement that is still standing today,
Right.
Yeah.
and that was what 20-some years late.
Right.
Later, we're still talking about it, and it's still relevant. So, shout out to the fans and the people that's keeping that moment and this alive.
Yeah. I mean, you're a part of just like, that era of basketball really set trends and off the court. And now we're seeing sneaker free agency and hoops become just such a behemoth of a business.
Yeah.
How does it feel to see the change? Like we're watching the Steph Curry thing play out. Do you watch these things? Do you have input? Are you still active in saying, okay, what's sneaker free agency looking like?
Not really, because the game has changed so much. Like I really don't put too much into like guys who have signature shoes because it's not the same as when I had signature shoes.
Right.
Wait, so you
What do you think the difference is?
I don't know, man, because I haven't really dived into.
Do you think that on-court moments and it transcending off-court matters the same? I feel that's what the big divide is. I feel like you guys set such a high standard at what you look like on-court and the things you did in these shoes that I don't think the youth really cares anymore if the player is performing the same in that signature.
Yeah, I to me today, do you think it is about connectivity in terms of like personality?
Yeah.
And, right.
Yeah, like last year we had the AE1 Ant Edwards
Yeah.
Adidas shoe, #1 of the year,
Yeah.
like on court, off court, which was like such a huge moment.
Yeah.
And I think like it was something that coming up in this industry, I always felt Adidas basketball was really trying. I remember going to the showroom and it would be D Rose, your shoe.
Yeah.
And then I remember one day like going into the office on 23rd Street and 20 pairs of Gilbert Arenas shoes showed up. Like remember he had like all the, and then recently the Ant Edwards and Harden shoe getting like a lot better, but like it seems like there's been a real moment for Adidas basketball for sure.
Yeah, so I'd have to probably look at the designs of the shoes today. I think it was more so of the performer, the guy on the basketball court, what type of personality he had, and did it connect with those off the court. Myself, AI,
Yes.
like we have street cred, like we just had that personality and that swag that connected, with the people, and I think. When you look at today's game, you look at the Ant-Mans, you look at James Harden. Like James before, I don't think was selling shoes until his designs changed, and because I'm seeing his shoes everywhere now, right?
Yeah.
Because the designs are a little bit different than I think his first couple shoes.
Yep.
Ant-Man shoes is just fire right out the
Yeah.
gates,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I don't know if it about performance or is it about the design of the shoe nowadays.
Yeah.
Ja is really not doing anything, but he has a fire shoe that's going
they're
crazy.
performing.
We just
right?
had Rich Paul last week, and Rich Paul was like, John Moran has the best signature
for
shoe
sure
on court.
going crazy.
Yeah.
So is it about the performance or is it about like the look of the shoe? Right?
Yeah, you're saying James Harden now, he's doing more marketing off the court to speak to the design of the shoe. Like
the
he's
shoe than he did before.
matching his cars to each drop.
Right.
This, that, and the third.
Yeah.
It has more to do with like tunnel fits and off the court stuff than in your era when like you went to the All-Star game, did a 360 off the glass.
Yeah.
Now everybody's trying to run and get that shoe.
Yeah.
It's a different time, I feel like.
Yeah. It's a different way of connecting with your fans.
You're talking about off-court shoes as well, or on-court. There was a moment too where you were big into the Yeezys. I know you're sitting like courtside in the 750s with like the skinny jeans on, like with the mega high tops.
Yep.
So my closet is filled with all Yeezys, all Yeezys,
Yeah.
because they ran at
Right.
16, so I could
Crazy.
get all the Yeezys,
Okay.
right?
Come
That was
on,
one of
come
the
on,
shoes.
push.
We gonna get
16
them.
in
We
those
gonna
Yeezy.
guarantee
Yeah.
he's getting them in the 16.
I got all the joints, so it's kind of hard to wear those nowadays.
Yeah.
That's
So
all.
when-
I'm all fear God. You see, today I'm all fear God.
Yep.
This is the whole set.
Yeah.
He got some fire stuff.
Do you talk to Jerry Lorenzo
No,
at all?
I haven't. No. I think I had one conversation with him, probably All-Star Weekend, but other than that, no.
Going back to the Yeezy thing, when he was Adidas, did you feel like, yo, we have the guy who's bigger than Nike right now?
For sure.
Yeah, that's like you seeing
For
those releases.
Sure. Like we finally have somebody like we could stand behind. Like yeah, motherfucker.
Did you believe him when I know it was at Nike at the time, and I know you were always big on it, but when he said the Yeezy jumped over the jump man, did you like buy that?
Hold on now.
I wouldn't go that far.
Slow down now.
Yeah. I ain't going that far. But at least we can stand up and
Yes.
we can proudly say that. Before like, nah, bro, we can't even be in this fight. We in the fight now.
Yeah.
But,
Well, speaking of competition, do you ever remember any like friendly family competition between you and Vince when it came to like shoe impact, shoe presence? We know you guys over there in Toronto. He's known for the shocks.
Yeah.
He had so much in the dunk presence. You kind of were playing both sides of the court.
So I didn't have a signature shoe when I was with him when we were teammates, but I used to fuck with him about those ugly ass Pumas he used to wear.
Oh yeah, the Tai Chis.
You smoked them into a Nike contract?
Yeah, well, I used to mess with him about them joints for sure. That was the high. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I used to give him shit about those.
He went and got a Nike deal. You trolled him so much.
Were you competitive even on your own Adidas roster with shoes or no?
Yeah.
Like when you saw, because like I said, they were so focused on like signature athletes, but like
I was extremely competitive.
Yeah.
But at the time, of me selling shoes, I didn't have any competitors on the brand.
Okay.
Right.
Because Kobe left.
Yeah.
And then we really didn't have any other players with a signature shoe. It was just me carrying that brand. So for me, I had to be competitive because
Yeah.
I'm going up against AI.
Yes.
Right.
MJ is still selling shoes, right? So these are my competitors. And, Adidas and basketball, if you know, is a tough sell,
Yeah.
man.
Well, they tried
They've
to
been
make
trying.
you all like a team at one point, where
Oh,
it was you,
Oh my
Kevin Garnett.
The mic swing.
Yeah, this is how you know he's on TV with the mic swing is perfect.
This is not a good time at Adidas.
Okay.
Right? I mean, all my years of being with Adidas, 20-something years, over 25 plus years, but this small moment of my career with them was not so good because I'm on the back end of my career, right? They decide, so it's me, it's KG, it's Tim Duncan,
Yep.
Gilbert Arenas, and Chauncey Billups. They decide they want to pull signature shoes away and create a campaign called Top 5, I think, right? The 5 of us, and put us all in the same shoe. And it was just a horrible campaign. And I'm trying to figure out, these guys are great
Yeah.
individual basketball players, right? And what they do, I respect them.
Yeah.
But I'm different in the sneaker world than these guys.
Right.
Why take my brand away and collab me with these
to
guys?
be fair, KG did have some hits on the sneaker side too, though. Back
Right,
in the Nike
but
days, yeah.
I'm saying he wasn't T-Mac in the sneaker world. That's all I'm saying. Like, he wasn't T-Mac in the sneaker world. KG is a different beast in the basketball world. I'm saying we're talking the sneaker world. And I just didn't think, at that time of taking away my signatures when I fucking carried this brand in the early 2000s, going up against Michael Jordan and AI, and you snatch that away from me. Like, I was pissed off about that. I didn't like that time with Adidas.
Man.
Yeah, because I remember I took a trip out to Portland when they dropped the first Harden shoe.
Yeah.
And that's like when I think they dropped like the first like Dame shoe, and it felt like they were reigniting Adidas basketball at that point because it had fallen so stagnant with Dwight Howard and all of that, and just not being able to sell sneakers. And even internally, they were like, we finally made the change because Adidas, they even admitted Adidas basketball was so bad for so long.
Man. It was bad. They had to bring a new regime in to go a different direction. And, James Harden came into his own, was out of his mind as a basketball player, and carried the brand along with Dame, D Rose.
Right,
Like
D.
those three
Rose.
guys,
Yeah.
man, did a phenomenal job and still doing a phenomenal job of carrying the brand. And now we got some fresh guys coming in, VJ,
Right.
Ant-Man is doing his thing. But VJ, I'm excited to see what he's going to do with the brand as well.
So like basketball being obviously the driving force for the conversation.
Yeah.
Today's a special day and anniversary of basketball moments.
Dude, what's crazy, I was just on Instagram on my way over here. I didn't know because I have this book like that I say my daily prayers, and it has the dates in there. So,
Yeah.
I flip it and say, December 9th. But it didn't register to me until I got in the car, and I was looking like, oh, it popped up. I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah, today's a monumental day in basketball history, especially for you. 13 points, 35 seconds. Am I right on the stat? 13 points, 35 seconds. Everybody. Well, I know our generation.
That math doesn't even add up. That's how crazy it is.
Crazy.
How do you do that?
Work. Nah, seriously, it's like, I'm sure you guys had some magical moments in your career. And
He had the little duck whistle just a half hour ago, right?
You ended up actually even getting Adidas after the fact, made a shoe for you, right?
For that, yeah.
For that, with with the boost on it, though.
Millenniums.
Yeah, and it had had the flames on it and the 13 and 35 on the heel. Was it special for you to get that shoe, for them to acknowledge it after the fact, or?
They didn't have it the next day. Come on, right? Yeah.
That was early, though. I mean, I give it to him in the sense of, like, now basketball players have a crazy moment.
Oh, the ad would have been crazy.
Tomorrow the ad is up.
The ad would have been crazy
Different
today.
time, right?
Yeah.
Social media is out. But at that time, I guess they try to speed the market to get you some type of...
It didn't do what they wanted it to.
But the moment
it was
stands.
a rush. The moment stands, but that shoe, it didn't. They didn't put too much in it. But that moment, though, it's a manifestation of work, bro.
Crazy.
You know what I mean? And, to continuously every year on this day, people have that same effect, and, remembrance of that is just...
Do you remember it? Or is it a blur?
Yeah.
35 seconds.
That I remember that. I have a blur of a lot of shit in my career, but that moment right there is always forever in my mind.
Are you putting yourself on the Mount Rushmore of NBA signature sneaker athletes all time? No.
Top 10?
No.
Humble.
Top 10?
Humble.
Okay.
It's not a thing of me. Like, I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, that's not... I'm not into that shit like that.
I love that.
I don't care, man. I know. I don't give a shit. Like, dude, if y'all know what
So
I'm
we
from,
played
like,
sports
I wear
and talked
these
to girls.
right here, man. Them bitches have some stains. Dude, I'm that dude. I'm like, man, I don't care about all that.
I mean,
bro.
you but obviously the presence and the killer instinct is always going to be alive.
Hell yeah.
We see you on NBA on Peacock, still got the handles, still crossing. That never leaves you. That you walk like a ball player forever. So does that still translate to how you get, like, you today, you cozy, fear of God? Does that still translate? Do you still think about that when you're getting fly, just having that swag, that walk, so you're wearing suits a lot on TV?
I got to keep the swag, man. Swag ain't going to never leave.
Right.
That's just me. That's my personality. You know what I mean? You can't hide that. And when I'm on TV, it's just... it pops off. You know what I mean? So I'm always gonna be me.
Right.
Can we talk about that one suit though? I know it went viral.
This fucking guy right here. I know
he tried.
why you here.
Yeah,
This
exactly. There's
fucking
always
guy
one.
right
There's
here.
always one. Yeah, you waited three quarters in the podcast to bring it
So
up.
let me tell you about that.
Yeah,
right?
let him know.
Players fuck up.
Man, look, there ain't no shame in my fucking.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, good.
It's like, so that suit, right? It's just one of those moments where, guys always want to give you free shit. Mm-hmm. So a dude made a suit for me, right? Just not really knowing my size, just like my height and weight. He just wanted to make a custom suit for me. Got a bunch of suits in my closet. All right, I got an appearance, got to go to NBA TV. I don't try the suit on. It's my suit. I just grab some, pull it out. Okay, pack it in, we go. Bitch, I'm in my hotel room and I put this suit on. I said, oh, shit.
And it was like too late, right?
I hope I don't have to stand up.
Well, especially being your size, though. You can't just go to Men's Warehouse and pick up a suit.
Right,
Yeah.
it's got to be custom.
Yeah.
So I was like, man, I hope I don't have to stand up. And we had a session where we were standing up and it just went viral, man. So that's how that happened. Hey, listen.
All of a sudden, this guy's fucking Tom Ford over here. You bring that up?
The suit.
Come on.
Now we back to wearing baggy clothes.
Yeah,
again.
exactly. A trailblazer.
You're ahead of the trend once again. You start the low top shoes, start the baggy suit.
Come on now.
So, some of these moments, obviously, we talk about you being in the Mount Rushmore. I was saying off camera, just like, again, that period of basketball, your aura, the presence. who came up or who coined T-Mac? Because not every all-star big player gets a nickname. You know, we don't get just say T-Mac. You know, all over the world. Who coined that? Who started calling you T-Mac?
I'm a junior.
Okay.
So my dad is T-Mac.
Okay.
Right? So,
okay.
It's just
handed down.
Yeah.
Okay.
We
He's
also,
Big Mac now. So
Okay.
we talk about spanning generations. He brought up Playboy Cardi wearing the jersey backwards, but in terms of ball, AJ DeBansta,
I'm going to watch him tonight.
So just peeking behind the curtains, like we sent someone to Nike yesterday. There was like unveiling a new shoe that I think it's embargoed, and I think they interviewed AJ, and he was like, yeah, like I compare myself to Tracy McGrady. So, and I think he's slated to potentially be the number one pick. What's it like to have like the new generation of ball players like look up to you and model their game after you as well? So you said you're going to see him tonight.
Yeah, so that's when you know you've done something right, right? That shit should make you feel good about what you left behind because you know at the end of the day, all we have is what we leave is memories and a legacy. And you know when you inspire, you know that next generation, that's why we play the game, right? To inspire the next generation and to see that I haven't played basketball in over 13 some years, 13, 14 years, and to have guys that probably wasn't even born, right, when I freaking was in my prime, to say I inspired them is like, all right, Mac, that's what's up. You did something well, my friend. Like you left something behind. You left something good behind, and hopefully those guys carry that.
Is there a bit of advice you would give maybe a kid coming out of high school or college that's going to sign with a footwear brand that, you know, they need to know this or like mention this to the brand or like hold this up as a concern? Or
I think at the end of the day, like guys are a lot smarter now and more in tune to their brands because they're having brands now in high school or in middle school. They're creating their own brands. We had no recollection of how to maneuver in this space. I think guys are more smarter now. You're not going to get creative control because a lot of us want that shit, right? When we come to a brand, I think just signing with somebody that's going to allow you to be you and you know allow you for your personality to come out within the brand.
We asked from an agent perspective last week, but from a basketball player who had a signature shoe, what would you give advice to Steph Curry now, who just parted ways with Under Armour, what would you give him advice in terms of like a next signature deal, sign with a brand, or what do you think about that situation?
So Steph is one of those like, you know, Mount Rushmore type dudes, right? He's on a whole nother level and a whole nother stratosphere. And I think Steph has the ability, you know, with his Curry brand to find investors and build his own. I don't think he needs, you know, a Nike or Adidas. I don't think he needs other brand. He is the brand. Right? Yeah. So own your own IP and, you know, find an investor that believes in that and build it that way because I think he can carry that himself like a Jordan brand.
Totally.
And because, you know, he is so big in China, myself, LeBron, and Kobe. Like
D-Rose too,
D-Rose, you know what I mean? And to have that part of the world love you, you can't go nowhere. You can't lose if you have the right people, you know, on your team. That's what I think.
It's a great point.
When's the last time?
Here we go. If you bring up the suit, I'm throwing the coffee at you.
When's the last time you bought a pair of sneakers?
Oh, good.
Well, I have you know, I got to buy sneakers for my suits to wear with my suits. So
Okay.
I mean, like, because I imagine you just don't go to the sneaker store often. No, that's what I mean.
I haven't. No.
Did you find Joe in that before? Like you said you were when they first took you to your first.
I couldn't go in the store.
Oh,
I couldn't go in the store and buy 16s. I've been 16 since like junior year in high school.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So back then it was Struggleville.
Yeah. Nah, I was so happy. I was playing spring football, and this was my junior year. This is before I was discovered, you know. So I had a guy that was affiliated with Adidas.
Okay.
Obviously, you know, he'd been watching me play basketball, but I'm playing spring football. He comes to my school and is like, yo, I've been watching you, and I want to invite you to this Adidas camp. I never heard of it, so he started explaining to me what this Adidas camp is. I was like, cool, all right. It's like, but you got to stop playing football. Like, this is my first year playing football with my guys. I'm the quarterback. Like, we had a great fucking team at this time. He's like, you got to stop playing football, though. So I stopped playing football. About 2 weeks later, man, I had so much Adidas shit at my house.
They just sent it.
Oh, man. So many pair of shoes. Like,
Do you remember what shoe, like any of the shoes or not?
I do not. I do not. I just know it's some shit I ain't never had before.
Love that.
First time being seated.
Yeah. Listen, we love football, but you know what? The boxes keep showing up. We'll be all right. You know?
Okay, I'm good with that.
Listen, you're an absolute legend. We're so happy that we got you here and such great stories. And, you know, now with the commentating NBA on NBC and Peacock, it's great to see you in another field. So thank you so much for lending your time.
Thank you, man. Thank you for
Popping out my T-Mac jersey this week.
Appreciate
you
it.
wear it backwards?
Yeah, got to. Got to.
I got to see that picture you're talking about.
Yes.
Play with Cardi. Yeah,
definitely.
See that.
Thanks again, man.
Appreciate it, man.
Thank
Thank you. Y'all do your thing.
All right, everyone. This has been the Complex Sneakers Podcast. We hope everyone has a great weekend. Please like, subscribe, comment. We will see you next week.